If a loved one of yours has passed away because of a workplace or an industrial accident or wind farm accident or some sort of accident, whether it's an 18-wheeler or a car wreck, you can bring a wrongful death suit. Generally in Texas, wrongful death suits can be brought by spouses, parents, and children. There are some exceptions to those rules, so if you do not fit into those categories, call us, let's talk about it and see if you fall into one of those exceptions. Wrongful death suits in Texas require quite a bit of investigation and require quite a bit of understanding on how to bring these types of suits. Ultimately, the death of a loved one, an unforgivable sin, and there's nothing that can bring them back. But making sure that your family is taken care of, especially when it was a breadwinner or someone who was bringing in compensation for the family or helping to take care of the family, can be very important. Wrongful deaths and deaths in the family turn over everything. You have children expenses, you have education. Life goes on for the loved ones, no matter what. And making sure that you can take care of your family after the loss of a loved one is why generally wrongful deaths suits are brought. If one of your loved ones has died because of the acts of negligence, intentional acts of others, then generally you're going to be entitled to certain benefits or certain compensation. After wrongful death suits, you can bring essentially past and future. The past damages in a wrongful death are: what did your loved ones suffer? Did they suffer any before they passed away? Were there any medical bills that they incurred before they passed away? Were there any other expenses that you incurred before they passed away? And as part of that, you're entitled to be reimbursed for those losses. And then you're also entitled to the future. And the future damages, those generally can be quite a bit more. And that's usually what we do with those is you look for loss of earning capacity. You know, if you had a wife who was a nurse and she's injured or killed, if she's killed and she was making $100,000 a year and she was helping to support her family, and now that income's not coming in, her family needs that income. Her children are going to need it. Her husband, whomever it is going to need that income. If you have a husband that's working in a refinery and he gets killed and he was the breadwinner and the wife was home taking care of the children most of the time, they're going to need compensation. They're going to need some way to move on with their life. Not only are they going to be dealing with the grief of their loss, but they're also going to be dealing with paying their bills. And that's where a wrongful death suit comes in. Make sure that you can take care of the family after someone passes away. These losses, they generally fall into 2 or 3 different buckets afterwards. You're usually going to have loss of income, of what would the person have made, and then you're going to have just the loss of what's consortium or loss of companionship, and that can be, how much are you owed because you lost your dad, because you lost your wife, because you lost your husband, and that's usually decided by a jury or decided by an adjuster, and we do try to put a number on it, even though you really can't put a number on that. We try to make sure that you're compensated for that loss. We will not be able to bring your loved one back, but we can at least try to make sure that your loved one's legacy, your family, is taken care of after the loss. And that's where wrongful death comes in. If someone dies because of the negligence and intentional acts of another, hire an attorney who can investigate the accident, and make sure that your family is taken care of.